Hey everyone. So I just wanted to come on today and do a little update video and to talk a little bit about the last couple of weeks and talk about triggers. So what are our triggers? What do we do? How do they affect us when they come up? Do we want to avoid them? Do we want to push them away? Do we want to do we face them? Do we deal with them in a healthy way? What is our, how do they affect our daily lives when they come up? Do they affect our decision making? And then looking at whether these patterns or these triggers that come up, are they like reoccurring? Are they repetitive? Do they kind of come up every couple of months? If so, like, it's a dead giveaway sign that there's something that you need to overcome that is going to really empower and strengthen you. And remember that you have all the tools within you to overcome that as well. So, and then just looking at ways to navigate them, like ways to work in with when they do come up, so that we don't slip into that negative spiral. So yeah, I'm just going to talk about like the last couple of weeks. I have been really triggered by a lot of different things. So according to these manifestors and coaches and healers, that's a real sign that I'm on the ascension journey, apparently. But yeah, lots and lots of things have been coming up and lots of different kinds of triggers. I've had repetitive kind of triggers to do with work and to do with stability in my life. I've had family triggers and family stuff coming back up. And some financial stuff and all of that as well. So this just got me into this quite a negative pattern very quickly. Now, I still managed to stay on tracks and, be getting work done on my book and stuff like that, but I really kind of let my daily habits slip. I did kind of do my journaling most days, but my heart wasn't really in it. I was distracting myself a lot on my phone, and that did me zero good. And I just noticed how my self-talk was over the last couple of weeks, and just how quickly I went from those feelings of empowerment to disempowerment really, really quickly, just based on my triggers. So the first thing that you need to do is to write down your triggers and just get really, really clear about what they are, like what triggers you. It could be that you've got quite a list of things that trigger you, different people, different situations in your life that keep occurring. It could be that you have quite a few of these. But just write them all down anyway, and just know that they are coming up for a really good reason, that they're actually coming up for you to clear them once and for all, because all they are is faulty beliefs. But I became really, really aware of how my self-talk has been over the last couple of weeks, and wow, like, it's amazing how that automatic negative self-talk kicks in. And I just found that I was up in this thought patterns of not being able to decide clearly, not being able to think clearly. I kind of let some of my daily routines slip as well, and just couldn't make some really simple changes, like getting up in the morning. I felt so exhausted because I wasn't sleeping properly at night. Now, I did still get a lot done that I didn't think I'd get done, but it was so much effort to get everything done. My heart wasn't in it. I was kind of even thinking like, what is the point? And like sharing all of this feels vulnerable because, you know, I've shared that I'm writing a book and all these tools that can help people through trauma and challenges in their life. So actually what I had to do was to start walking my talk and really putting the practice back into place when I needed them the most. So I've started to work on my morning and evening routine much better, and fits in much nicer with my routine now as well. And I've started to, well, I've written down all of my triggers, and so I've really started to practice the EFT in clearing them, because now I see that whenever you have triggers, they're actually little challenges in disguise of blessings. So they really are there for you to overcome them. Now, they won't feel like that. You'll be swearing at them. You'll be fucking them up in knots. You'll be wishing that things could be different. But I promise you that the breakthrough will happen when you keep clearing them and working through them and just saying, I'm not going to let my negative self-talk win over these. Because you see, your true self, like, here's the thing. With trauma, there's really only two ways to live your life. You can either live your life feeling empowered or disempowered. With PTSD, there may have been a point or a few points in your life where you've given away your power. So you're going to need to first become aware of that. And look at the patterns in your life and what you've been attracting to you. In my case, you know, I've had a lot of money blocks and issues, and sometimes issues with my relationships as well. But these have been repetitive patterns, reoccurring patterns. So, and I have done a lot of work on them, but they came back up lately for a reason. And I just knew that there's still work that I needed to do. And this is the journey, you know, it doesn't just happen that you can do like a week's worth of meditation and a little bit of journaling and you're suddenly going to be healed. It's going to take like daily discipline, and it's going to take actually a lot of effort to work through those days that you really don't feel like doing any of your practices or anything, even let alone getting up and looking for jobs and you know, having to go out and pay bills and do all those other things that just you don't want to do on those days. You might not even feel like getting dressed. You might find that you just can't make decisions very clearly. See, this is how these triggers can affect you so quickly, where suddenly you just can't make decisions, you can't think clearly. And these are all to do with ways that you're thinking. There's so much science now on how our thoughts create our reality. And so when things trigger you and you're suddenly put back into that fight or flight space, and you either want to avoid them, you may want to numb out from them or distract yourself with loads of social media. Maybe you end up drinking more wine than usual. Maybe you end up just wanting to avoid people and situations. Maybe you just end up procrastinating and not getting anything done towards your little projects and goals. Maybe you just slip a few days in a row from your daily practice and then you just think, oh, what's the point? And see, this is all coming from a disempowered state. But they're all faulty programs and beliefs that are coming up for a reason to be cleared and released. So pay special attention to them, because they are all bridges to you becoming really, really empowered. Every single one of them can and will be broken through just by the way you think. But you first got to get rid of the faulty programs. And, there's a few ways of doing that. So I'm gonna be sharing some videos on, or some vlogs on, different things that I use, like the EFT and the simple shakeout exercise as well. That is really powerful to transform that stuck energy. But first of all, it starts with a knowing and a mindset. See, all those false beliefs and fearful thoughts and all of that are coming from the wounded parts of yourself. They're nothing to do with your true essence. They are residues of trauma and challenges that you've faced in your life, and some of them you've left unresolved. So they're faulty beliefs, and your true self your higher self, your true self, the inner being within you, which is the all powerful you, would never ever talk to yourself in those ways. You'd never put yourself down like that. You'd never allow yourself to slip that far again, knowing that there is so much more potential and opportunities available to you at any time. So like I said, I'm going to be sharing more and more about how you can navigate through that using EFT, using journaling, using prayer. And yeah, just to first of all become aware of them, write down your triggers. Then look at how they affect your life and what the cost is of holding on to those unhealthy coping mechanisms that are triggered within you because of your triggers. And then create a list of things that will help to release them and lift you out of it. So the list that I have is EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique. I promised that I'd upload the video of EFT. This is an amazing technique to help release these energy blockages and these trauma responses on a deep subconscious level. So I'm going to share that with you. Your morning and your evening routine. So it can take as little as 5 minutes, but it's just to do with, in the evening, just letting go of your day, creating just a lovely peaceful space in your bedroom. Switch off your screen for the last at least hour before bed. Pick up a book. You've probably got loads of books to read. Promise yourself that you're going to go to sleep in a really nice state. And then do your lower dantian breathing. Breathe into your belly 5 times. And then connect with that inner power within you that is within your belly, within every part of your being, your heart center as well, and feel that glow within you. And say the words, I am in the universe. As you take another breath in, make enough space for the whole universe is inside your body, because it is that inner deepest part of you that may be masked by bullshit and programs from out there. None of them are truly yours. That's not your true self. So we're going to be clearing all those masks and layers. So take that breath in and know that the universe, the magic is within you, that all the power you need is within you. And finally say, the universe and I are combined together. And then imagine this light growing within you, go into every cell in your body as you go to sleep, and ask for healing to happen as you sleep, that all these old trauma, memories, blocks and vibrations are going to be cleared every night that you sleep. So I use morning prayer as well. So it's just a way for me to connect with that, whatever you want to call it, godlike consciousness, higher godlike self. So I'll be sharing some of the little morning prayers that I do. Like these things literally take 5 minutes in the evening and 5 minutes in the morning. And then some meditation as well that you can put on 10 minutes before you get up in the morning with your early morning alarm clock. And you can allow them to slip into your subconscious when you're in that semi-sleep like state. And so there's a few things that I have had to turn to over the last couple of weeks. And I'm going to be sharing little videos on each of those over the coming week with you. And I just wanted to share that with you to say that it's normal that triggers and challenges are going to come up, but just know that they are coming up for a reason. They're coming up to be cleared. So remember the power you have within.